Hello and welcome. Have you ever wondered exactly how you can communicate your desires, wants, and needs to a man? Specifically to a man that you're getting to know or dating, exploring a relationship with? Well, that's one of the questions that was written in by a member of our audience, and we're going to take that on today. So glad that you're with us. My name is Michelle Marchant Johnson with Love Life Coaching, and here by me is my wonderful husband, Benjamin Johnson, and we're doing a new format called She Said, He Said, where you get both the female and the male perspective on these questions. Now, obviously, this is a big question here. We could talk on this for some time, but we'll try to give you just a few tangible ideas that might help. And the first thing that I will say before we go into this a little bit more is, in order to express your wants, needs, and desires to a man, you have to first understand enough about yourself to really know what those things are. Now that sounds really basic, but one of the things that I've found in working with so many women over the years is that a lot of times having a deeper definition or refinement and understanding of what it is you most really want in a relationship, what really makes you happy, what would really bring you joy and be most deeply satisfying in a relationship, is something that a lot of women don't have as deeply as they might think they do. So one of the places that I always start with my private clients is helping them to refine their definition around that, so that they really understand enough about themselves to know what their wants, needs, and desires really are for a relationship. And that allows them to have an understanding about themselves and the words to express some of those things to a potential partner. That having been said, we're going to go a little bit more basic here and just talk about some of the things that you can do in order to invite a man to kind of step up or to be able to express some of your wants, needs, or desires in a way that you might get a favorable and positive response. So I'm going to let Benjamin jump in here and then I'll wrap us up.
Okay. Hello, ladies. When a man finds himself getting to know a woman right at the beginning, whether online or in person, one of his greatest concerns is that he makes a favorable impression in terms of proposing dating ideas, other options that will please her, that she will want to do. And most women listening to this have all had that experience where the guy shows up or they meet up with the guy and all he has to say is, what do you want? What would you like to do? and that's frustrating. That's a rookie. I mean, it's in one sense it's a rookie mistake on the part of the guy, but to cut the average guy out there a little bit of slack, it's also can be born out of a genuine concern not to disappoint, not to select an option, choose something that would not please her, that would be somehow wrong. And so in giving advice to women from the male perspective, at the early stage of the relationship, whether you're having a first, second date, whether you're discussing things online, take every opportunity to let him know what you're interested in, whether it be food types, whether it be entertainment or sports or intellectual pursuits or whatever. Give yourself every appropriate opportunity to help him know the kind of things that you like best. Now, obviously, men being how they are, there's no guarantee that you're not going to hop in the car with him and he's not going to say that. But there are, even in those situations, there are ways that you can still should I say salvage the situation?
Perhaps.
Okay, first off, if it's still early in the relationship, do your best to give the man the benefit of the doubt. In other words, assume in him a motive of genuinely trying to please you, but not quite knowing how. I mean, granted, if this is the kind of thing that as you see this man on multiple occasions and the time kind of starts stretching out, if this is something that just keeps happening, then you have other difficulties. But in the early stages, if you run into this situation where he's saying, so what would you like to do? Just have ready certain genuine desires. For example, you could say, I've really been craving either like Italian food or a really good Chinese. And I want a really good place for one of those two, but I can't, I'm not really sure. Do you have an idea? And in most cases, yeah, he will. In most cases, he'll be able to say, oh yeah, I've got that. I know exactly a place that's great. So I think the important thing here is assume honest motives and have ready for him ways to give him a nudge, to give him ideas that will help. And as I said before, the more that you share with him what your genuine interests and desires are in terms of spending time, most men, again, men being men, I can't guarantee this, but most men will pick up on this and begin to make plans around what you're telling him.
Yeah, ladies, I want to pick up on this a little bit and just say, there's a quote, I think it came from my friend Jonathan Asley, where he said, there are some men out there who will make really good boyfriends or husbands, but are really bad daters. Meaning they're not really super creative, they're not really skilled at coming up with the most interesting ideas of things to do. And so in some ways, we have an opportunity to give them what I call the assist. And I made a whole video on this, which I will put a link to underneath this video if you want to listen to that. But the whole idea behind it is you can set yourself up with a man in many situations for a win-win scenario where you get what you want, need, or desire, and you also let him win by delivering that for you. Just like in a basketball game, if you were playing the position of the guard and dribbled the ball down the court and then passed it off to the forward, he makes the shot. He gets credit for the shot, but you set him up for that if you were the guard. And this is the kind of scenario that I think can work really, really well. So I've given this example before in some of my interview events, but like Benjamin and I talked about how sad it is that certain couples are upset at each other, particularly the woman at the man, on certain holidays, Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, whatever the case may be, because her man didn't deliver the goods, whatever the goods were in her mind for that particular holiday. And if we give men, I like what Benjamin said, if we give men if we assume a positive motive and we give men the benefit of the doubt and assume that if they're a good-hearted man, they do actually want to please you, it allows you to recognize that if he understood or knew more specifically about what was important to you, he would very much likely want to provide that for you if that was possible. So Benjamin and I talked about how for special occasions or events or things in our lives, we would talk about it. I would share what I think I would like or what I would want to do or what gift I would like. And then he gets to provide that experience or that gift or that experience, that opportunity for me. And so then he gets my gratitude, my thanks, my appreciation. And we've created this win-win. Everybody's happy.
Well, yeah, as some of you may have heard in a couple of the earlier presentations we've done, I mean, I've never missed an anniversary because,
And we've had 12 so far.
we've had 12 because a couple of months before the anniversary, we're already talking and planning over what we're going to do. And it's the same thing with gifts. I mean, Michelle doesn't force me to read her mind. She provides me not only with hints, because men don't always speak hint. men in fact, most men are rather bad at speaking hint. But what she will do is she will actually come out and tell me the kind of items that she's particularly admiring, the kind of gifts she's particularly wanting. And as I've said before, the number one way to guarantee a woman will love the gift is if she picked it. and that sets things up for a win-win situation. Because as Michelle said, you don't overlook a man who may be the kind of solid, kind, salt of the earth kind of guy who's going to be in it for the long haul, because all of the other personality characteristics may be desirable, but what's really going to matter is whether it's daytime or nighttime, whether the weather's good or bad, or whether life is prosperous or nasty. The most important thing is that he's going to be there. He's going to be there plugging along and doing his bit. And so that's where I really believe your attention should stay focused.
Yeah, and I just want to leave with just a couple of really quick parting thoughts. And one is, ladies, don't be afraid to ask for what you want or need, but do it in a nice way, in a gentle way, in a lovely feminine way, meaning it's not in a demanding way, it's more of an invitational or request sort of way. That having been said, with men, direct requests work better than hints. Like Benjamin was saying, most men don't speak hint. I think my friend Ken Bechtel said that in one of my man panel events, in those exact words. And also, when you make a direct request with a man, it doesn't hurt to give him just a little tiny reason why. Because a request followed by the word because, and then a reason that you want something, has a much better chance of being responded positively to, no matter what the because is. They've done studies on this, like even people that are standing in lines and someone will come up and say, "Can I jump in line?" And most people are looking at him like, "No, why would I allow you to do that? We're all standing in line too." But if a person comes up and says, can I jump in line because I'm running late for my vet appointment for my dog who's out there in the car, people, not 100%, but are more likely to respond positively to a request like that. Same with the man. So instead of me saying hint would be, "Ooh, this garbage stinks." That's hint for me to say, "Benjamin, will you take out the garbage?" But I'm going to do better if I say, "Benjamin, will you please take that garbage out right now because it really stinks and it's bothering me." And that would make me so happy. Well, he's going to be on that. He's going to hear that. If I say, "Ooh, this garbage stinks," he might be going, "Well, I don't smell a thing."
Yes, as women have constantly mentioned, the female sense of smell is more acute than the male.
So be clear about your desires, wants, and needs. Be willing to share what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, what your hobbies are, what you would enjoy doing. Be willing to give a man the benefit of the doubt that he wants to please you. Be willing to give the assist. Remember, direct requests work better than hints, especially followed by the word because. And have some fun with this, because this is not manipulation. This is setting you both up for a positive, happy dating experience and relationship. So those are our tips for now, and we will see you soon on another video. be sure to subscribe and click the like button. And we're signing out for now on the She Said, He Said series.
Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.